Hello and welcome to the program. Okay, we got a lot to talk about. It's the stock market, the SPY, the NASDAQ. Stocks continue to drop. Before we get into the charts, please support our channel. I have a goal of 100 subscribers. So if you subscribe, hit that like button. I really appreciate it. But let's get right into it. Okay, here we have the SPY daily chart. And I hate to say this, well, we fell out of this downtrend here, which, it dropped a big time when Fed Powell spoke last Wednesday. And then Thursday it dropped more. Friday we had a small recovery. Or I'm sorry, this was Monday, actually yesterday. And then today's candle. So a big drop off. We're down to 426, which is the lowest of support I was talking about. That's why I have this in green. If we take this candles out to here, I said that this could be a potential area of a base, but we'll see. It's tried to hold up today, as you can see. If I zoom in, we got a little bit of a wick here, so it did pass that support that we had drawn like a line in the sand, and then came up and then down and closed the day right on it. So that's pretty, that's not looking good. Well, we have the 10-year yield at 4.52. The US dollar relative strength right now is 106.20. So, those numbers are skyrocketing. And that means there's fear in the markets. There's fear in the markets, blood in the streets, as you would say. So people are saying, is it time to buy? Well, I'll tell you right now, this is the line in the sand to where now it gets very volatile. I mean, sure, I would expect a bounce. Now, let's take notice here. We have this gap here, okay, from 920 to 921 from last week. I expect that gap to get filled. 90% of the times, these gaps get filled. Doesn't mean it will, but I expect to. Since this downtrend is broken, we're going to get rid of that, and maybe we'll start with a new analysis here. So I was kind of hoping it would have gotten filled earlier, like maybe Friday or even yesterday. And in my opinion, this would have been a nice place maybe to go to short, but that did not happen. In fact, when we bumped up to 432. So let's take a quick look at a bigger picture here. Let's go to the weekly chart and let's really see what's going on here. Here's the weekly chart. Here's our line of the sand, the green line, which is still pretty high. I mean, when you think about it, it just used to be resistance from the sell-off in October of last year. Okay, this is October right here, the low. So let's put a little oval here. All right, that was the low of October, and then we have a little section there. It was tried to hold support, broke down to the circle, and came up. So right now, our next, past 432. Our next area is really going to be 416 down to 407. If this continues, if the market continues to drop, 416 is definitely the next place to test, and 407. And if it doesn't hold 407, I see it breaking down into 300s. That's my opinion. We're on a weekly chart here. What else do we see here? These are pretty big engulfing candles here. So yeah, we're in a very critical area here. The markets are going to have to decide. And we're going to have to keep an eye on that 10-year yield, keep an eye on news. And I think that Powell's coming out to speak, I think it was Friday or Thursday, 4 p.m. after market hours. I don't know why that's happening. Maybe he's going to bounce the markets back up. We'll see. Let me take another look here. So let's get rid of this here drawing. Let's see if we can find a little technical analysis here. If we can pick something up here. Let's go. We'll go to a. We'll leave this 4-hour chart. See what we come up with here. I mean, that's an aggressive pullback. So, well, right now we'll just draw what the charts are telling us. We'll read the charts and see what they're telling us here. They are telling us that's the high there. We got to step down. Okay. We'll make this red. Maybe we could duplicate this line, see if we can get a little channel in here. We can use that as the channel. There you have it. It's our new downtrend right here. Oh, here's an aggressive looking round downtrend, but let's take a look at it. Yikes. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the channel we're in right now. Okay, and that's for the SPY. Not looking healthy. I would imagine some type of pullback, or pull up rather. Short sellers filling their position. Buyers thinking it's the time to buy. Maybe it's a good area to get in. Maybe the Fed's going to pivot, because they did say how they may raise raise rates if they're determined to fight interest or inflation. So even if it means you have high interest rates. So here we go. Any other? Okay, let's take a look. Tesla. Well, the QQQs. Let's take a look at that real quick. Very similar. Okay, very similar to the SPY. That broke out of this channel. Let's get rid of that. Big drop off. Looks almost exactly like the SPY. Those two are back and forth. The indices are sort of, they're interconnected. So let's take a look here. It did not reach 350, which, by the way, let's take note of that. If you notice, I have a line in the sand here, which is 350. And it did not touch that, the QQQs. It's trying to get there. It's in the range of 359 to 350. So there's that line in the sand, as I would say. Once it breaks that, it's going to start it's getting weaker. And then we're going to go down to here, 333. Who knows? Tech, though, is very highly dependent or sensitive on interest rates, like the 10-year yield and just general interest rates. So that's and the dollar, relative strength of the dollar, because if people want to import our products, technology, and our dollar is strong, it means it's more of their dollar. It takes more weaker dollars to buy a stronger dollar. So therefore, it gets too expensive to export from the U.S. to international markets. So let's take a look at some other ones. Tesla. People were asking me about Tesla. Tesla, I think, has been falling off the cliff too. TSLA. Okay, daily chart. Oh, they're holding that range. Not bad. They're in this up channel. So right now, this would not be a bad place. It did test it back here in the middle of August. That's looking pretty good to me still. They're in that range. As long as we're in that range, we're good. Here's the weekly chart. So it's definitely looking a little weak here. We could definitely break out of the range and test 212. And here I have a line in saying there of 209, but it did come down to 212, which was pretty much the top of all these. So that's the weekly chart for Tesla. Still looking bullish. Could be a buying opportunity. We are there at the bottom of that trend. So let's that's a weekly chart. Go back to the daily chart. So there you have it. Again, this topping tail, though, does show resistance. We're here, buyers came in, pushed in. Sellers overtook the buyers and kept it pushed down. So they call that like a shooting star, which shows there's weakness. So we'll have to see there. Nvidia. Okay, they're amazing that they're still up here. They're still holding this range of 418, 419. There's a daily chart. There's the gap over here, which 90% chance that will get filled, but we'll see. So Nvidia is still holding up. Yes, it's sold off, but showing some resistance here in today's trading session. As you see, there's got that topping tail there. Amazon, there's been the government, the Federal Trade Commission has filed a lawsuit against Amazon for monopolizing the whole industry there. But I think they got off it already, Amazon. So here we had that sell off for them. Big hit today, look at that. From 130 down to 125, 126. So Amazon's definitely taking some punches right now, but it's finding support here. And we'll draw a little range here actually. There's a nice support range, seems to be right around here. So we'll see if that holds up as support. And let's see, let's go out to a weekly chart real fast with them and see what we find here. Yeah, that would be support there. The next support line, well, oh boy, it's not looking good. Probably down to 122. Other big players here, we have Microsoft. They're coming down. There's a gap here. That was sort of filled there, but it gapped down, gapped up. Interesting, but they're coming down. They're showing signs of support pretty much where they're at here, following April 18th lows. So other than that, Palantir, $13.96. Surprised they're still holding the $14 range. So they obviously broke out of this uptrend. So we'll get rid of that. But they are holding $14. It's showing some push here, some resistance. I like them down at $10, to be honest with you. I like them better down here at $8. So there we have it for that. Meta, actually kind of holding. It's holding, not bad. Again, there's an election year coming up. They're going to get a lot of advertising revenue. We'll have to keep an eye on Meta and see what happens with them. Let's check out oil. Oil, is holding strong around $90 a barrel, but the charts are just kind of going down. So you can see that. I think that's because even though oil costs are going up, the markets, they try to predict the future, and the stock prices try to show 6 to 18 months out in the future. So I think they see that there's not going to be that much gas being used, especially if prices are going up. People are going to travel less, so maybe that's why the prices are dropping down. Maybe the next 6 months they don't see a lot of buying, people using the fuel. So we'll have to see. And so where's Apple on here? Let's see, AAPL. Apple is holding strong. They're holding that support. Look, they're all holding like this mid-August numbers here, if you notice. A lot of these tech companies all look the same. See, the QQQs even look like that too, if I wasn't mistaken. Yeah, here's mid-August. The QQQs actually just broke below it today. So, and the SPY, yeah, that's mid-August right here. They're way past it now. So we're back to June of 23 numbers. So there you have it, folks. I appreciate you watching, and please subscribe to the channel, and we'll get back to you. Thank you.